In this video essay, we'll take a deep dive into the 2013 Bollywood movie Queen, directed by Vikas Bahl, starring Kangana Ranaut as the central character, Rani Mehra. Queen stands out as a landmark film in Indian cinema for its portrayal of self-discovery, empowerment, and individuality. We will explore its narrative, characters, themes, and what it teaches us about identity, independence, and cultural shifts in modern society. Part 1: The Plot and the Transformation. The movie revolves around Rani Mehra, a simple girl from Delhi whose life takes a surprising turn when her fiancé, Vijay, calls off their wedding at the last minute. Heartbroken, she makes an impulsive decision to go on her honeymoon to Europe alone. As we follow Rani's journey through Paris and Amsterdam, the transformation of her character becomes evident. At the start of the film, Rani is shown as meek and dependent on others for validation, particularly Vijay. She is sheltered, and her idea of love, happiness, and self-worth is deeply tied to societal expectations. Her solo trip to Europe acts as a catalyst for her growth. As she navigates unfamiliar cultures, meets new people, and deals with situations she's never faced before, Rani slowly discovers her own voice and independence. The once timid girl becomes confident and fearless. The film doesn't rely on grand gestures to show this transformation but uses subtle, realistic moments to display her inner growth. Key teaching: personal growth often comes from stepping outside your comfort zone. Rani's journey reflects how travel and exposure to new experiences can lead to self-discovery. Part 2: Feminism and Empowerment. Queen has been lauded for its feminist undertones, though it never overtly frames itself as a feminist movie. Rani's journey represents a quiet but powerful rebellion against the patriarchal society that often dictates a woman's role and self-worth. At the beginning, her sense of identity is wrapped around her relationship with Vijay. His decision to break up with her crushes her, revealing how much of her self-esteem was dependent on his approval. As Rani embarks on her solo adventure, the film beautifully showcases how she learns to live for herself. She dances without caring about judgment, strikes up friendships with people from different backgrounds, and embraces her individuality. By the end, Rani no longer defines her happiness based on Vijay or anyone else's opinion. There's an especially poignant moment when Vijay tries to get back with her, expecting that Rani will be the same person who once adored him. Instead, he finds a transformed woman who no longer needs him to feel complete. The film's message is clear: Rani's happiness lies within herself, not in any external validation. Key teaching: the film teaches the importance of self-love and independence. It emphasizes that empowerment doesn't always have to be loud or revolutionary but can come from quiet self-assertion and personal choice. Part 3: Friendship, Culture, and Human Connection. One of the film's most heartwarming aspects is Rani's friendships. As she travels through Paris and Amsterdam, she encounters a series of characters who play an essential role in her growth. Whether it's the bohemian Indian woman Vijayalakshmi in Paris, who encourages her to break free from her inhibitions, or her 3 male roommates in Amsterdam, Rani forms connections that transcend language, culture, and race. These friendships are built on mutual respect and kindness, rather than romantic interests or societal expectations. They help Rani experience freedom and joy in a way she never imagined. The film challenges conventional ideas about relationships, showing that human connection, in any form, can be transformative and healing. Key teaching: relationships and friendships built on mutual respect can significantly impact personal growth. The film emphasizes that human connections, beyond romantic ones, can provide us with new perspectives and the support we need to thrive. Part 4: Breaking Stereotypes and Embracing New Perspectives. Queen is set against the backdrop of a shifting cultural landscape in India, where traditional values often clash with modern ideals. Rani's family represents the more conservative side, where a woman's worth is closely tied to marriage. Meanwhile, Rani's journey through Europe exposes her to different ways of living, whether it's Vijayalakshmi's uninhibited lifestyle or the carefree, multicultural environment of Amsterdam. One of the most compelling aspects of the film is how it breaks the stereotype of the ideal Indian woman. Rani is not portrayed as a rebellious character from the start. Her transformation is gradual and realistic. She doesn't suddenly shed all her cultural values, but instead finds a way to integrate her new experiences into her identity. By the end of the movie, Rani is still respectful of her roots, but she is no longer limited by them. Key teaching: Queen challenges traditional stereotypes about women and their roles in society, highlighting that personal growth and cultural identity can coexist. It teaches us that embracing new perspectives doesn't mean abandoning your roots but evolving in a way that aligns with your values and experiences. Part 5: Subtle Critique of Patriarchy. The movie also presents a subtle critique of the patriarchal mindset that underpins the lives of many women in conservative societies. Vijay represents this mindset. He believes he's doing Rani a favor by calling off the wedding because he feels she isn't modern enough. He views her growth during the trip with confusion and jealousy, as her independence threatens his authority. Vijay's attempts to regain control over Rani in the second half of the movie show how patriarchy often operates through emotional manipulation. But this time, Rani rejects his advances. She doesn't need to declare her victory or superiority. Her quiet refusal to go back to him speaks volumes. Key teaching: the film critiques how patriarchy often limits women's freedom under the guise of protection or love, emphasizing the importance of asserting one's own autonomy. Conclusion: The Quiet Revolution of Queen. Queen is a celebration of individuality, self-discovery, and independence. Its biggest lesson is that empowerment doesn't necessarily come from grand revolutions but from the quiet, personal journeys that we all must take. Rani's story is one of resilience, showing that sometimes the greatest acts of courage come from simply choosing to live life on your own terms. It's a movie that not only resonates with women but with anyone who has ever felt lost, uncertain, or dependent on others for their sense of self-worth. In a world that constantly tells us who we should be, Queen teaches us the importance of defining ourselves. If you've ever had a moment of self-doubt or felt the pressure to conform, remember Rani's journey. Sometimes, the most empowering thing you can do is to take that leap, to go on that journey, whether it's a trip across the world or a personal transformation, alone, for yourself.